You get caught doing something you shouldn't be doing, then yeah, you shouldn't be in the position of power that she's in. So good that she's quit. Jim Davidson drops stunning claims about Angela Rayner. You're not going to believe this. In the last few minutes, comedian turned political commentator Jim Davidson has shaken up the conversation around Angela Rayner in a way nobody saw coming. He didn't hold back, he didn't sugarcoat it, and whether you agree with him or not, what he just said is already sparking outrage, applause, and a tidal wave of questions. This isn't just about a politician's reputation. It's about trust, leadership, and whether the public still feels connected to the people at the very top of power. Welcome to Back Britain Unfold. So, what exactly happened? Jim Davidson, who's no stranger to controversial takes, went live earlier today and launched into a blistering commentary about Labour's deputy leader, Angela Rayner. Now, Davidson isn't a politician, but his words carry weight with a big section of the public, especially those who feel mainstream voices are too careful, too polished, too controlled. This time, he zeroed in on Rayner's ongoing controversies. He claimed there are things the public deserve to know and hinted at what he sees as a gap between her public image and private decisions. And here's the thing, he didn't stop there. He framed Rayner not just as a politician under pressure, but as a symbol of something bigger. The struggle within Labour, the cracks in its leadership, and the disillusionment many voters are feeling right now. Let's pause for a moment. Why does this matter? Because politics in the UK isn't just about policies and speeches. It's about personalities. It's about how leaders carry themselves under pressure. And in Rayner's case, she's been painted as a fighter, someone who rose from working-class roots to the top of Labour. That story connects with millions, but Davidson is challenging it, saying the image doesn't match the reality. And you can already imagine the fallout. Within minutes of his comments, social media lit up. One user posted, "Jim Davidson just said what everyone else is too scared to say. Finally, someone's being honest." Another shot back, "This is nothing more than a distraction. Davidson's out of touch and attacking Rayner for clout." And then there were the political insiders. One Labour MP, speaking off record, reportedly told a journalist, "Every time Angela is dragged like this, it weakens us, not just her, but the whole party." Meanwhile, a Conservative strategist couldn't resist chiming in. They hinted that Davidson's remarks may give the public a clearer view of Labour's deep fractures. Now, let's not forget, Angela Rayner is no stranger to being in the headlines. She's been grilled over her tax affairs, challenged over housing, and constantly framed as both a rising star and a liability for Labour. But this feels different. Why? Because when cultural figures, comedians, celebrities, commentators, jump into politics, they often connect to audiences in ways politicians simply can't. They speak the language of frustration. They break the polished tone. And whether you see it as crude or refreshing, it sticks. Davidson's intervention comes at a time when Labour desperately wants to project unity and discipline. Keir Starmer has been trying to keep the focus on the Conservatives, on the economy, on the cost of living crisis. But now, instead of headlines about policy, we're seeing headlines about personality, about Rayner. And that's dangerous ground for Labour, think about it. If the conversation shifts from what Labour will do in government to whether Labour can even trust its own team, that could erode confidence before the next election. And Jim Davidson knows that. He's a performer, a provocateur. He thrives on shaking things up. But the question is this just noise, or is it a spark that ignites something deeper? The public is divided. Supporters of Rayner argue she's being unfairly targeted, held to a harsher standard because of her background, her blunt style, and her rise from outside the political elite. Critics say, no, this is exactly why scrutiny matters. One political analyst told a radio station earlier today, Angela Rayner represents authenticity, but if the public feels that authenticity is staged, it could backfire dramatically. Meanwhile, Davidson's fans are rallying. They see him as a truth-teller, someone unafraid to poke at the political class left or right. And here's the bigger picture. This isn't just a Labour story. It's about the fragile state. This was today's important update. We want to make it clear that our videos do not contain any kind of misinformation. Our only goal is to deliver true and verified news from across the UK, right here on Britain Unfold. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the Britain Unfold channel. Thank you.